All right, peace. We're back. Street 16 podcast. Mike Barclift, Marco Valencia. We were talking about what were you talking about? Politics, holidays.
Politics. Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason why I forgot what we was talking about is because during the break, Marco and I were discussing the criticism that he received from other members of the podcast, and he wants to clap back. He wants to do it when they're here in the room. He don't want to do it right now. When they're not in the room, I'm sort of being the bad guy again and exaggerating and pushing the situation to get him to respond today, because I do want to hear what he has to say in response to stuff like this. Shuma, real quick, you remember the first time you met Marco?
Yes.
What did you take from that experience?
You were his keeper. I remember that night. Y'all came to the shop. We all went to see a band. He couldn't get in because he had on jogger pants. But it was just like babysitting, pretty much. So Mike had to leave early because he had to take Marco home because he didn't have on the proper attire. And I think he was out there getting into it with security or something. So it was just my first introduction.
Marco, your thoughts? Are you gonna pass?
I don't need anybody to fucking take care of me. And I'm sorry that, yes, I lost my license, and if I drive, I go to jail. So, yeah, I need a motherfucking ride. But the point is, nobody is my motherfucking keeper. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck kept me when I was in the penitentiary by my goddamn self? Surrounded by killers, murderers, and rapists and shit. Nobody had to take care of me. I don't need nobody to fucking take care of me. Mike ain't got to take care of me. You know what I'm saying? We boys, so we look out for each other. But to say, I need a keeper? What the fuck, am I, some 8-year-old child and shit? That shit is some bullshit right there.
It didn't.
But hold on, though. I'm going to go ahead and save that a little bit more. I'll go in more into depth when I got the people here, because I want to confront motherfuckers. I don't talk behind people's back.
Right.
I'm a motherfucking man. You know what I'm saying? Well, if I'm going to say something, I'm going to say it dead to your face, whether you like it or not. You see what I'm saying? So, just wait, y'all. When we get to the next podcast and y'all's ass is sitting here, I'm going to dig in it. Except for Key.
Right, but speaking of Key, that's
Key is, look, she's my Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, me and her never agree on anything, but she's the only one that said something. Well, look, you know, Marco said to say, and she fusses with me every time.
Let's hear from Key in her own words.
Okay.
I got a clip.
Okay.
Key, what do you remember about your first run-in with Marco?
He was just loud and drunk and all over the place. And
Yeah, he did have a beer in his hand. We gave him a shot. He did do
All
that.
right, let me ask y'all this, because this is honest. When y'all met Marco, did it lower your expectations of me? Like, yo, if Mike hangs with him, does this affect Mike?
Nah.
Absolutely not.
Nah, he's definitely he's the Waldo to your Eddie Winslow.
But I roll with undesirables, man. Keep it. All right, let's have it.
This another thing.
Yes.
So, me hanging with you
Right.
puts a bad aspect on who you are as a person and
Right.
a character, because I'm a bad motherfucking person.
Right.
You must be crazy, nigga. Motherfucking, look, you know me, I don't give a fuck what nobody says about me. But the point is that I'm college educated.
Right. More than me.
I've made, that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
to me. You see what I'm saying?
Right, because you're not comparing it to me. But I'm just saying.
I made many accomplishments in my life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like when you look through that book, it's just me. I've won many awards. I've won, lots of trophies, which I burnt up in the fire since I burnt the house down.
Right.
But I've always played sports. I've been on television before this podcast. When I was a kid, I've have accolades in the newspaper. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I've had many accomplishments.
We need to put all those things on the Marco page on the website.
Okay, but I mean, just because you see me acting a certain way, and like y'all said, it's not a character. I'm still gonna be Marco.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I'm comfortable around my friends or associates and stuff like that, when I don't have to act proper, I won't act proper because that's just not me.
It's not you.
Yeah.
Right.
But the point is, I know when to act proper. You got to understand. I grew up. My Uncle Herman. Right.
Shout out to Uncle Herman.
No doubt.
I see you next week, Unc.
Right. But he was a prominent person in the community. So when me, my mom, my dad, we had to go to dinners. Man, you look across the room, there's a congressman there.
Right.
There's a senator there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Your mom said she was receiving an award from one of the neighborhood organizations the night of the fire. And was called off stage. Right.
Yeah. And she should have took me with her.
Well, look, this is the thing people don't know. Like, Marco has a real sort of high-class, middle-class environment in his life now. Yeah. Now, it might not have always been like that in the formative years, but...
That's because just let me clear this up. Because I put myself in that situation.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I've always lived in an upper middle class neighborhood. Oh. My house was always in an upper class middle,
You would just stroll to the other side of the track.
I would just go to the other side of the track.
So when y'all lived in Norview, y'all actually lived on a good block in Norview, not in the hood.
Yeah, I lived in Chesapeake Gardens.
Okay. And when you lived in College Park, you lived in a good block, sort of.
It was the best block it was the first street built in College Park.
So you've never actually lived in a hood apartment. Every apartment you've ever lived, well, not with your parents.
As far as if you're talking about with my parents, no.
Right.
But me living, out on my own, with my people.
Well, that's interesting. And you talked about nature versus nurture earlier in the car. Yeah. And, but I do want to just play a little something that Jeff said. I'm going to cue it up. But while I do that, I did want to sort of address the question. Mm-hmm. Now, you never brought it up to me, but I know that question...
You are putting in...
Now, you never brought it up to me, but I know that question was sort of a loaded question. And the reason why I asked it is because I wanted an honest response from the people. Mm-hmm. And everybody, they said that, one person's, the opinion of one person is not a reflection of another person. And I don't know how true that is. I mean, maybe it's true in this case, but I think overall in life, it's not always that true. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember working at the job with Sonny Knotts, and you remember Sonny Knotts, and a lot of the things that Sonny Knotts do, people would come to me and talk to me about it. Yeah. And even sometimes when Sonny would do something, people would use the word y'all. Like people would say, yo, y'all can't be such and such and such and such. And I would look at them and like, my name's not y'all. My name is Mike. Yeah. Are you saying that? Are you telling? Did you mean to say, Mike, you can't be doing that? Yeah. Because if you did, I would say, I know, and I haven't done it. Yeah. But what you're doing is, Sonny Knotts is doing something. Yeah, you lumping me in. And I've been a victim of that all my life.
Look, and you know what my response is to that? Because just like my sons, who are all grown, and my sister will say something to me, my mother will say something to me, my brother will say something to me, or, Deontay this, or Trayvon this, or Marco that. Them niggas is grown. Look, I raised them the best I could. They turned 18, they're grown. Just like when Deontay got fired from my job. You know what I'm saying? And my manager tried to come to me. Like, look, I'm like, yo, he's a grown man. He makes his own decisions. Now, if he was 16, 14, 17, well, then I can do something about that. But he's a grown man, so what am I supposed to do? Kick his ass? I mean, I'll kick his ass for another reason. But for him, learning, you know what I'm saying, what you need to do to go through life. And look, I told him like this. Look, cuz, you should take heed to what I'm telling you because I've been through this. But you know what? the decisions you make, if you want to learn the hard way, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But the hard way is hard.
The hard way is hard.
Yeah.
And that's very apropos. And you can learn from the bad examples.
Yes.
One of the things that I jokingly say about my dad, and I do love my dad.
No
and
doubt.
My dad doesn't listen, so I'm not too concerned about him hearing this and landing on his ears wrong. But one of the things that I say about my dad is sometimes he teaches me how not to act. Sometimes I see his behavior, and we genetically collected, and so a lot of his things I have, but I can view it and say, okay, that action right there didn't really come out right. So if I ever find myself in that position, I'm gonna not do it that way. And I think the same could be said of most relationships. It could be any relationship. You could look at somebody and say, you know what, I'm not gonna do it that way. But I do want to play one last clip from Jeff.
Okay.
This is him speaking about Marco. What happened? And Marco was wrong. He broke some rules.
Not the clip. But Marco kind of lives in his own standards, and I think a lot of it is. This is something that I don't think he draws the line between, yes, this is something that we are all choosing to do as a collective, but the word work is a noun as well as a verb. And Mike Marco doesn't necessarily always want to put the work in.
Oh, kiss my ass. For real. Oh, I'm glad you played that clip.
I knew that
so
was
look,
the one.
You know what?
Now you can wait if you want.
All right. I'm gonna say this. All I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Instead of y'all niggas coming in here and just sitting down talking and motherfucking laughing and joking, help set up these motherfucking tripods and cameras and shit, and motherfucking go over sound checks and shit. Just don't sit here at this motherfucking table.
What about?
Yeah, no, for real.
What about the conference?
Carry some shit up for motherfucking goddamn. Oh yeah.
What about the conference calls?
Yeah, and get your ass on the conference calls, cause I be sitting there waiting on y'all. Yeah, I'm checking in. I'm gonna be there. No, nigga, you not. I've been sitting there. Mike will call me and be like, Marco, anybody up there? No, I've been up here 15 minutes waiting on people.
A little inside.
All you gotta do. Wait a minute, hold on. All you gotta do is dial a goddamn number. You feel me?
Right.
But no, you ain't got no time for that. But when you show up here at the damn actual podcast, all y'all motherfuckers do is just sit around. It's me and Mike setting up, doing this shit.
Now, I wanna.
Hold on. Because when I come back, the next time everybody here, you know what I'm gonna do? Sit here just like.
No, you are not.
Why?
Because I need help, damn it.
I know. We'll tell them niggas to help.
Everybody needs the help, but here's the thing.
Well, Marco's always helping. So I'm gonna sit here and chill like they do, and let them set up the tripods. Let them get in the focus of the cameras. I'm gonna let them do everything, and I'm gonna just sit here and chill.
That don't work for me though. That can't be the answer. This is what I'm talking about.
I know. Look, man.
That don't work for the podcast.
I know, man.
And just
But the point is,
hold on. Let me fill this in with the audience. All right. This is the interesting thing about our conference call line, and I want to give an anti shout out to my phone service, Metro PCS, because I was using freeconferencecall.com for over a year.
I know.
For our conference calls, and then something happened, and Metro PCS all of a sudden wants to charge me $10 more a month to be able to call that number. I dialed in one night like I've done 1,000 other times, and all of a sudden it's telling me I can't get in. And so I call Metro PCS. I'm like, yo, what's the deal? And they telling me, oh, you got to do it. So F Metro PCS, everybody. But the fact that I can't dial into the conference call line means that someone else who's not the host has to dial in first before me and then merge me on.
I know.
So I can no longer be the first one up there waiting. So someone else has to be the first one up there waiting now.
Yeah.
And it's a very lonely feeling when you're on a conference call all by yourself waiting. And
Oh, no, you know me. I just put the jank on speakerphone
Right,
and sit there and watch TV, just waiting for somebody to chime in.
Right.
But they don't even call.
Well, if
the
we took a screenshot of some of the text messages in the thread for the conference call thread, you'll see a lot of what Marco is saying, how Marco is pushing the issue, and other people are giving platitudes like, yeah, I'm going to be up there, or, you know, a whole lot of lighthearted excuses, you know. I mean, I don't want to diminish anybody's things and anybody's priorities, but, you know, we all busy. We all busy.
Yeah.
We all work full-time jobs.
Yeah.
We all travel. I do a lot of travel. I live at quite a distance from most of my kids. I got to travel to see them. I live quite a distance from my job. I got to travel. I live quite a distance from the studio.
Yeah.
I got to travel. Traveling is a burden. I do the editing. You know, research, studying. We got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I got a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I watch.
I know.
My baby's with me every morning, getting up at 6:30 in the morning with Pops doing our morning things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody's busy. You know, Chuma runs her own business.
Yeah, but
Key
you
a full-time student. Key has a critical health issue. Jeff, you know, everything's going him with 3 jobs. Everybody's busy. But
see,
you
know what?
you do make time for what is your priority.
Yeah,
and you could look at people's social media, and you could look at people's, you know, lifestyle, and you can see things that people find reasons to spend time on and money on, and then you see when they find reasons to not spend time and money on certain things. And yes, all of this is valid criticism. You know what I mean? Is relevant. These are relevant words that you're hearing. I'm not here one to cry about it and stuff like that, but you guys did open up yourself for this criticism when you criticized Marco, you know, about work ethic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you know what? I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning writing stuff down, doing research, you know what I'm saying, for next week's episode. I mean, you know, I come in with my little papers and shit, trying to get the shit together. But you know what I'm saying? With the sloppy ass handwriting and shit. I can't even read half of what I wrote and shit. But you know, I'm up at 4:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then, you know, I might give you a call before work, like, or send you a text, Mike, I got this jank. I was working on it at like 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So when I come in, everybody else just sitting, oh, so what are we going to talk about today? Well, and me, look at me. I'm looking through papers like, okay, let me make sure this is right, because we might call on me.
I'll say this, man, Marco, you and me having a bird's eye view, because I have a sort of distinct relationship with every one of you guys.
Yeah.
I have to say that all 3 of you guys, you, Jeff, and Chuma, have all really impressed me at times with your dedication and commitment to the show.
Yeah.
Where I felt really, really gracious by, you know, not just your talents, your charm, your personality, but the work and commitment you have done. At certain moments, you've all done something for me or for the show that I've really took it to heart, as something really, really good that you've done. You know, so, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, do too much complaining about this issue. It's, first of all, it's inside, and second of all, it is just the way it is, man. You want something, no matter what the circumstances are. If you want it, you just gotta go get it. You just gotta find a way.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of who helps you or who doesn't help you. If you want something, you just gotta find a way to do it. Period.
Well, look, I'm still gonna wait for my other cast members to get here, and I'm still gonna clap back at them again. But I do want to say this: my fellow panelists, they're all great. You know what I'm saying? No matter what y'all niggas think about me, I think y'all are all great. I think y'all are assets to the show. You know what I'm saying? But for real, wait till y'all's asses here. You're going to see Marco in a rare form. That's all I've got to say. And I'm done.
You are now listening to the Street 16 podcast.